Welcome to the More Than Fitness podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Minisode number 91 on the More Than Fitness podcast. Today's a special day because this Minisode is releasing on Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. As you can see in the McLeod household, in our nice little one bedroom, one bath apartment here in New York City, we now have a little bit more coziness going on. I've got the garland over here to my left with some lights, and in the back over there, you can see our little miniature Christmas tree. We're trying to make it cozy. This is the first Thanksgiving actually that I'm ever spending away from my family, and I'm not going to bore you with the details with all of that. It's not because of coronavirus or anything. It's just the way that our schedules worked out. This was going to be easier, and it's exciting because it's our first Thanksgiving with me, my girlfriend Mal, and our cat Carl. So we did the turkey this morning. We're getting excited. I've got my cookbook, my favorite cookbook out here. So it's The Art of Simple Food by Alice Waters. I think it's Waters. I wanted to make sure it wasn't Walters. But this cookbook is amazing. This lady is amazing. The book is written really well, and it goes in depth and a bunch of different things. So I wanted to have a little bit more different props this time around besides my Conquer Your Inner Bitch mug that I normally have. Now that housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into today's topic, which is how to stay on track with your fitness goals during the holidays, but still enjoy them. Because you guys know I am all about enjoying life, but then also staying on track with your fitness goals, right? Because we have priorities, but sometimes, like on holidays, our priorities are, let's eat some turkey and sweet potato pie and sweet potato casserole, right? Broccoli casserole, and spend time with family, right? Like that's what we want to enjoy instead of how many calories can I fit in? How many, what's my protein goal at, et cetera, et cetera. And I think the first point that I actually want to make with this is it's entirely up to you if you want to, quote unquote, stay on track with your fitness goals or not during this period. And that goes for people who don't want to count calories and macros at all, right? And just completely take the day off. I think that that's totally fine as long as that's your conscious decision. And then on the flip side of that, I think if you do want to, and this is the part that I think isn't talked about enough on social media and with all the infographics and everything, and I think I have this empathy coming from the bodybuilding background with the more extremist ways, but sometimes people feel more anxious if they don't count their calories and macros and things like that. So if you do want to stay on track with your fitness goals, if you don't care for Thanksgiving food that much, it's like there's nothing wrong with that either. So the first thing I would like to say is just do you. Basically, just whatever choice you decide to do on these holidays, don't worry about anybody else's response to them. Literally, it's your choice and no one else's. So don't feel bad about that. The other solution I would say is, and these are the same things that I've told my clients. I've posted this on Instagram, right? One of my solutions is to lower your expectations and aim for maintenance until January 4th. Right? Because the time that this comes out, it's going to be on Thanksgiving, right? And so you have this holiday, and then you have, of course, Christmas Eve coming up. You have Christmas, of course, if you celebrate, a bunch of other holidays around this time of year. Then you have New Year's, right? And this year, New Year's Day, I think, is on a Friday. So most people don't really feel like starting a diet on Friday or hitting their goals on Friday after New Year's Eve. Maybe you do, and that's amazing. But if you're like the majority of people, you're probably going to wait until a Monday. And so that's why I say January 4th, because January 4th is Monday. But I think that the problem that people can run into is they have the same expectations around the holidays as far as progress goes, as far as staying on track goes. They have all these expectations that are still the same, and then life happens with the holidays, and then they don't make the progress or they don't stick to their diet as well as they wish they could have, and what they did in the months prior, whenever there wasn't holidays going on. So it only makes sense to lower your expectations a bit. There's no problem to take your foot off the gas for a little bit on the fitness side of things and turn the life enjoyment up a little bit more, right? Like there's nothing bad that's going to happen if you take a month or a month and a half, whatever, to relax a little bit. Of course, that doesn't mean just say fuck it and completely do whatever you want, because that won't make you happy either. But what I'm saying is, give yourself a little bit of leeway, lower your expectations a little bit. And then whenever January 4th comes around, whenever the new year comes around, then you can switch it back into high gear, right? So the second one is going to be give yourself permission to enjoy the holidays guilt-free. This kind of goes back to the beginning point, but I think that it's probably pertinent to say the next point as well, which is stick to the plan on non-holidays. So what I'm saying with my clients is, for the majority of the week, this week, if you have fat loss goals, right, for Thanksgiving, for example, the entire week, you're going to, let's stay in a deficit. Let's stick to the plan. Most days are still normal, right? That's totally doable. You can stay in a calorie deficit. And then whenever Thanksgiving comes, you enjoy yourself. You don't eat like an asshole. I think that's huge. Don't purposefully eat like an asshole. I think you should get what you want, get what you've been craving, enjoy it 100% guilt-free, and then move on with your life, right? Then the next day, this is also super important. Don't let Thanksgiving on Thursday turn into Thanksgiving on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And into the next week, because that's the problem that people have. The reason people fall off track this time of year isn't because they overeat on the holidays. It's because they continue to overeat on the days surrounding the holidays. And I think that's the main key here. One day of stuffing your face isn't going to do shit. It's what happens after that. And so what I told my clients is, like, you can enjoy yourself on Thanksgiving, but all I ask of you is to get back on track the next morning, right? Or your very next meal, right? That's all I can really ask, because then, the quote unquote damage that has been done is going to be very minimal, and it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So yeah, I think it's important to fail fast, right? Don't keep this all or nothing mentality that so many people tend to have. And on that note, I think it's also very important to announce to you guys that my automated fitness product that I have made, I'm making it 50% off until Monday at midnight. So whenever you're watching this, I hope it is in time for that. But I'm doing a very subtle push, but you can get 50% off of automated fitness. So it is originally $47, and now you can get it for $23.50 if you use the coupon code TURKEY. All lowercase, one word, discount code TURKEY. I highly recommend you guys check that out, especially if you do struggle with this time of year, and you struggle maybe even throughout the entire year to figure out how to find that balance, how to avoid that all or nothing mentality, especially whenever life gets busy, your schedule gets hectic, life happens. How can you make good enough choices, right? How can you put in the least amount of work and get the best results possible? That's what I wanted to do with automated fitness. And one of the big things that I talk about in there to avoid the all or nothing mentality is my use of fitness dials. So whenever something comes up, right, like the holidays or something surrounding the holidays, right, all you do is dial your choices down a notch. So if you can't make it to the gym that day, that's okay. Let's do a body weight workout. Can't do a body workout? Okay, that's great. All you need to do is go for a walk. Can't go for a walk? Park farther away from work, right? And that is the concept behind fitness dials. And I've used it for myself. I've used it for my clients, and it has worked tremendously. And that's just one section in automated fitness. And so if you want to learn more about automated fitness and get it for 50% off until Monday at midnight, you can click the link in the description below, coupon code, promo code, whatever you want to call it, Turkey, and that can give you 50% off. I've gotten a lot of good feedback, and I think that if you guys like my stuff, if you enjoy the work that I put out, I put tons of hours into this product, and from the feedback I've gotten, I think that you guys will really, really enjoy that. So if you want to learn more, click that link in the description. But other than that, I think that's the majority of what I have for you guys. I think that it's important to lower your expectations and aim for maintenance until January 4th. I think it's important to give yourself permission to enjoy the holidays guilt-free, right? Don't Don't berate yourself for wanting to enjoy yourself or for going off track for a day or something. And then the last thing is going to be make sure that you stick to the plan on non-holidays. Get back on track as quickly as possible. In automated fitness, I talk about failing fast. That's one of the biggest things, and never missing twice, right? Those are the concepts that I like to teach, to make sure that to teach people basically the art of consistency, because that's all this is, right? That's why I say the one meal on Thanksgiving or the one meal on Christmas or whatever, it's not going to make a difference in the grand scheme of things. Just as long as you're hitting the mark most of the time, you're going to see the results that you want. Other quick little tips here before I go, just that I gave to my clients that I think may help you if you do want to be a little bit more mindful on Thanksgiving Day, would be to use the one plate rule. And so that just means that you can get absolutely whatever you want on Thanksgiving, just fit it all on one plate. And then after you're done with that plate, just commit to not going up for seconds. I feel like anybody that goes up for seconds always ends up regretting it after the fact, right? Because you don't want to go for seconds and just get like a little bit. You have to, especially like dudes, I feel like you take pride in eating more. And so you go up there and you get a whole other plate, and then you don't, for a lack of a better term, you don't want to look like a pussy if you don't finish your meal, your second meal that you went up there and were so adamant about getting. And then you just feel terrible afterwards. So nobody's ever been that happy after getting a second serving. So I would say stick with one plate, and then for the majority of your plate, double up on the protein and the ham, right? So, or the turkey and the ham. So double up on your protein. That's probably going to be a good idea. Make sure you add more green beans, more vegetables as a whole on your plate. I think that that's going to be a good idea. And then just stick to one small dessert, whichever dessert you want to enjoy the most. Pick that one, and then again, just move on. Like that's the thing. I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to compare what you did last year, right? A lot of people around this time of year tend to fall off. Nothing that you did last year has anything to do with this year. So don't overthink it. Enjoy yourself. Move on, right? And so that is it for Minisode number 91, how to stay on track with your fitness goals during the holidays, but still enjoy them. And thank you guys, as always, for listening and for watching. See ya.